So here we are in CDE with our good friend Peter, who's just picked us up. How are you, Pete?
Very well, good.
We just arrived last night and just had some brekkie, and Pete's just showing us around. I'm quite surprised of this place, Pete. What can you tell me about CDE?
Well, it's a very new city. It's only 67 years old.
Pete.
And here you'll see some of the biggest shopping malls in the world. In the 1980s, 90s, the early 2000s, this was the place to come to anywhere in the world. It was number 3 after Miami, Hong Kong, Ciudad del Este in commerce. Right now, we have the airport out of town, kilometer 30.
Yeah.
We have the Guarani Airport, which is an international airport. And it has one little flight from Asuncion once a day, sometimes, if they don't cancel, with about 30 passengers. And in the rest of the time, it's used as a cargo airport, and we have up to 6 or 7 747s landing a week with 200-300 tons of cell phones and computers and all the electronics that you can possibly think of. And that's hauled into town and sold off every week.
Oh.
Yeah, they fly in from China via Canada, Miami, Ciudad del Este, and then they go back again empty. Just a continuous train of 747s.
That's incredible.
This is a place to come to. You want to buy things.
And you were telling me that CDE was only 67 years old.
Yeah.
Stroessner, the ex...
Alfredo Stroessner is his proper pronunciation.
And it was originally in his name, is that right?
Yeah, the city was called originally, the first name was Puerto Presidente Stroessner.
Yeah.
And then he founded the city and called it Ciudad Presidente Stroessner.
See.
When it was founded originally by the Jesuits in the 1600s, it was called Flor de Lis, the colony of Flor de Lis, which is the Lily of the Valley. And why they didn't give it its real name again, I have no idea.
What's the population?
Around now, the thing is that you've got 4 cities here together, co-joined, right? They calculate around about 300,000 people. Everything is recycled. You'll see no trash on the streets. By 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you'll find the place is all full of garbage. But that garbage is not garbage, that's money. You've got people that sort of own a block. A family owns one block, and another family owns another block. And all the trash that's thrown out on the streets belongs to them. And they pack it all up, tie it all in bundles, and sell it to the recycling plant. Lots of families making good money out of it, right?
Yeah.
Making good money out of it, living very well, just by collecting paper. If you come here at 9 o'clock in the morning, we'll take an hour and a half to get through where we are now.
Oh, okay.
Sunday's the only day you can drive through here non-stop, not even looking at anybody.
Yeah. With the things that you buy here, Pete, like the brand items, are there a lot of rip-offs here, like a lot of counterfeits, or is it...
Oh yeah, there's everything.
Yeah.
You got from the top quality items to stuff that's been manufactured in a backyard someplace by some who knows who. Paraguay doesn't have a restriction on where you import things from, or what you import, as long as you can, as long as it's not illegal, right?
Yeah.
You can bring anything you like in, and if you think you can sell it, bring it in and sell it. The thing is that people say, "Oh, Paraguay lives on contraband." No, it doesn't. We sell the items legally, and Ciudad del Este is a duty-free zone. If you're a foreigner, you can get your item, buy your item, and you don't pay taxes on it. What you do with it afterwards, that's your business, right?
Man, it's busy, isn't it? Is it always pretty much like this, or?
No, this is not busy.
It's not busy?
No, we're moving.
Yeah, right.
You come here at 10 o'clock in the morning, 9, 10 o'clock, 11, my, oh my. Then there's another story. Lane for the motorcycles here.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, get them out of the way, otherwise it gets squashed. This area is interesting because it's not run by the police, it's run by the Navy. The Paraguayan Navy is in charge of it. If they arrest you here, it's the Paraguayan Navy that are arresting you, because this is a port. And the bridge just turned 60 years old just a couple of months ago. At the time when they built it, it was the biggest single-span concrete arched bridge in the world. This is the Friendship Bridge, Puente de la Amistad. going over the Paraná River. It's about 800 meters wide at the bottom there, the river itself, about 800 meters wide. And right now it's very low, so it's about 60 meters deep. It's got a tremendous amount of water and it travels very, very fast. Ciudad del Este, but not only Ciudad del Este, the whole of Paraguay has opened up to a service of selling education.
Yeah.
Right? And some of it is not as good as others, I imagine, but there are excellent services as well. That's why we get so many clients.
Yeah.
We got, from what I heard last, about 50,000 Brazilian students in Ciudad del Este alone,
Yeah.
studying medicine. That's been reflected in the immigrations as well, because you've had getting people, Brazilians especially, getting their temporary residence and permanent residence in Paraguay, because to get their diploma, their doctorate, whatever it is in medicine, whatever it might be, from dentistry to radiology or brain surgeon, whatever it is, you have to have the Paraguayan ID. And that's reflected in the Ministry of Interior comes up with the information just that so far this year we've had 15,000 applications for temporary and permanent residency in Paraguay, and about 80% of that are Brazilians, which means that those people are the ones who are studying medicine in Paraguay.
Yeah.
This is rather dangerous here. You have to be very careful. Now we're in Brazil, of course.
Te quiero decir, te elijo a ti, si me dan a elegir, te elijo a ti, para poder vivir, te elijo a ti, es lo que me hace sentir, te elijo a ti. Lo que siento es tan fuerte, imposible no elegirte, ahora que estás aquí. Lo que siento es tan fuerte, imposible no elegirte, ahora que estás aquí para poder existir, te elijo a ti, te lo voy a repetir, te elijo a ti, siempre voy a insistir, te elijo a ti, ya no quiero sufrir, te elijo.
So here we are at the falls doing the tourist thing. Pretty spectacular actually. I'd heard a lot about it, seen a lot of videos, so I won't bore you with too many details on it because I'm sure you've probably seen it before if you've been tuning into Paraguay related videos, but quite interesting. But I tell you, one of the things that is quite amazing is the amount of tourists that are here. Man, it's definitely an attraction. It was also interesting driving across from Paraguay to Brazil. When you came over to the border, it was like coming over to a different world. But yeah, just a very different perspective of the two countries. You drive across the border and quite predictably so, you're in a very different place with very different types of people and scenery and buildings. Really quite an eye-opener, but this is quite something. And I'm happy to report that I think that I've got the longest selfie stick in the whole place, so I've had a big win there. It's actually handy because I can just pull it out a bit and tilt it in the right direction. And I can get way over the rest of the rabble. There you go. I used to think people with selfie sticks were wankers. I still think that, but you know, at least they serve their purpose. especially for us vertically challenged folk. But pretty amazing.
Salgo a caminar al sol por nuestro lago y por donde mire te veo en todos lados. Tantos recuerdos, cuánto hemos pasado. Ay, amiga, cómo te extraño. Ay, amiga, te extraño. En nuestro universo todo. Serás parte de mi vida.
I'm just not a tourist by heart. Tourist things just give me the heebie-jeebies. I try and avoid them at all costs. And I thought this might be a bit of a over-promise and under-deliver, but I actually think it was spectacular. And this place that they've set up here, it's so well run. Buses coming and going and really well maintained paths and everything else. They'd want to be, because if they weren't, you'd be just swept off into the water. So we're off to the bird park now. That's going to be a lot of fun. Pretty exhausted because I had to walk about half a kilometre up the hill. You could either take an elevator or you walked up, and we took the scungy route because everyone was waiting. So it was worthwhile. But if you do come to the falls, make sure you come with some energy, because it's definitely a pretty physical day. But we've just been dropped off this morning in the centre of town because we're going to look at some things to buy. And I've got to say, we're in a bit of a culture shock because this place is absolutely crazy. It's a pretty exciting sort of buzz here. I didn't expect it. I thought it would be a really grimy little town, to be honest. But it feels like you're in the middle of some sort of crazy, sort of Asian, European sort of vibe. And wherever you look, there's things going on everywhere. You've just got to watch yourself because wherever you look, there's something coming at you. But yeah, really amazing place and just chockers with shops of all descriptions. I just didn't really expect the amount of variety and things of the shops and everything that's available here. I thought it would be just some really massive department stores and, you know, a bit of griminess, and I didn't really know what to expect, but CDE is absolutely full on. Really quite interesting and a real change from Qroo. So we're going to hunt out a few shops. I'm looking for a few bits and pieces for the camera and a few other things.
Está decepcionado otra vez por no querer entender mi pobre corazón. Y mis recuerdos que a diario me preguntan por ti, no quieren comprender que terminamos para siempre. Entre los hombres, tú sabes, mi Dios, que hoy está peor. Es mucho dolor, hay mucho egoísmo y mucha maldad.
So several hours later, and many shops, we've come to the end of our day in CDE, and it's been an absolute adventure. So this place has been a real surprise to me. It's just one big shopping centre. And when people told me that this is one of the world's big shopping hubs, I thought it might have been a bit of an overbake, but my goodness, I haven't been everywhere, but this place really does pump. And just about whatever you want, you can get it. You just need to look where. But having said that, we went all around this place just to find a small battery for my camera. I didn't want to buy an original battery because I'm too scungy, so I wanted a third party. And it took some finding, but we eventually found it. So it's been a big day all for a battery this size, but it's been a great adventure. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really surprised. It's made me realise that living in Paraguay, I think it's going to be really important to know what's available here, because particularly when we're building a house or looking for something that we're missing from some other place that we've lived, well, I don't think there's anything that you probably wouldn't be able to source here or something equivalent anyway. And it's good to know if you do need something, you can find it here. Asuncion's great and there's a lot of variety there, but there are particular categories that are a bit light on the ground when it comes to what's available down there. So if ever we're looking for anything whatsoever, we know where to come. The one thing I would say is if you're thinking of coming here and you've got a car, find a place to stay which is a bit outside of the craziness and just grab a Bolt or a taxi, because you don't want to be driving here. It's an absolute blood sport. These drivers seem to have a sixth sense. They can just read each other in a way I can't even fathom it. And despite everything that's been said about the place, it is pretty peaceful. Everyone just gets about their business. And we've walked around all day and there hasn't been anything that I would have looked at and thought it was dodgy or dangerous. I was told before coming here that it was a really dodgy place and a lot of crime. And as our driver said yesterday, he doesn't think that there's anything really too much to be worried about. No, not much more than anywhere else. I don't really know what to believe, but all I can say is that our experience here has been great. Lots of police, lots of friendly people, and there hasn't been anyone that's really menaced us or made us think that we might be in the wrong part. But having said that, we've just stuck to the main shopping precinct, so it might be a very different story if you got out a little bit, but it's been really cool. And another really awesome thing is, as always, dealing with the Paraguayan shopkeepers and assistants. They're just wonderful people. We've been laughing all day because the shopkeepers have just seen this look of absolute shock on our faces because we've been a little bit off the beaten track for a while. And to come back into the hurly-burly of retail mania, it's just been like, wow, this is like full on. So they've been very good to us, helped us out a lot. And one of the really funny things is when you go and look at something in one of these big stores, you look at the item at one counter and then you go somewhere else to pay, and then you have to go somewhere else again to pick the item up. So we've been from here to there and somewhere else, and it was quite an adventure, but we've enjoyed it. It's been hilarious. And tomorrow we're going to Encarnacion. So we're looking forward to that. All in all, we've had an adventure so far in CDE, and I'd recommend it to anyone that's coming to Paraguay. I think you've got to come and check this place out. It's really wild. And finally, the other thing that I find really interesting is just the way that this is a real hybrid of Paraguay and Brazil. And you can really feel it. It's got that real sort of unique flavour to it. And throw into that, you've got quite a few Lebanese and other nationalities here. It's got a real buzz. So if you're around this way, I recommend pop in. You won't be disappointed. So until next time, take care. Ciao.
Te quiero decir, te elijo a ti. Si me dan a elegir, te elijo a ti. Para poder vivir, te elijo a ti.